So only one that got this as a mistake. Let's find how we can answer a question that relate to the scientific with an easy way, even we don't spend time in. Okay, let's find here as you can find in front of you. He said what? Which finding, if true, scientific, would most directly weaken the student's conclusion? Okay, wait. He wants to weaken to prove that the conclusion is wrong. Don't forget that we need the conclusion, so we're gonna search for the word conclude. Okay, teacher, let's find the word conclude. Teacher, the word conclude is not found. So what we're gonna do right now? Are we gonna stay and read the whole thing? No. I said conclusion. So conclusion will come at the end. And we're talking about the student conclusion. If you're gonna find here, you're gonna find by the end, you're gonna find by the end that he said a student argued. So this is the conclusion. I want to prove that this is wrong. Okay, let's take the sentence. He said, after viewing this research, students argue that the emotionality of movie reviews is unrelated to a movie success at the box office. Unrelated. The emotionality of the movie reviews is not related. I want to prove that this is wrong. I want to prove that this is weak. Let's find A. He said the average emotionality score of a movie review was a positive predictor of that movie box office earning. Was positive. If it was positive, but take care, teacher, there is something here that I don't understand. Because here he mentioned only the movie box office, but I don't understand what does it mean. Maybe people don't know what the meaning of movie box office. So what we're gonna do, read up. He said Matthew D. Rockledge and team examined whether consumer ratings of movies, consumer rating of movies can predict box office success. Down he said it's unrelated. The team considers both numeric star rating and written review in their research. To analyze the written reviews, the team measured the emotionality. What does it mean? The degree to which a written review express an emotional reaction of user reviews in a movie rating website, assigning each review an emotionality score. And down he said that I want to weaken that the emotionality of this review is not related to the movie. But wait, A actually, he said that the movie review was positive. Predictor. Positive predictor means that it's related to the movie box office. So it can be, let's look at B. More than half of the movie that the team examined received an average star rating of 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, it's not related. Where is the emotionality here? He said between 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 mean in the middle. So it doesn't actually relate it to the box office. So it can be actually support, not weaken. Let's look at C. The movies that were most successful at the box office tend to have high average star ratings. Again, he doesn't talk about emotionality. He doesn't talk about emotionality. He doesn't talk about emotionality. Let's look at the movies that had the highest average emotionality scores received the lowest. Now he's gonna support the one up. He's not gonna support by choosing D. He's gonna support the conclusion. So the answer is A. Clear, Shihawi?
Clear.
Let's go to number 2 and take care. Here we want to support the claim. How it's disabled, guys? You wrote for me before, Rahaf. Let me choose you again. I sent for you a message, Raf. And number two, I got the answer from Salma. I got the answer from Yusuf Suwailem. I got the answer from Yusuf Asakir. I got the answer from Farahaf Muhammad.
ده صح ده يا مصطفى ده
Hmm?
اللي بيجي في الامتحان
سهل. ما هو عشان انت جايب فيه درجة حلوة. I got the answer from عائشة.
صعب كده طب تحس فيها
Hmm. عشان انت بتبص على البتاع كله. I got the answer from Mizian. I got the answer from الوليد. I got the answer from Uday. I got the answer from Shihawi. I got the answer from Hussam. Kindly, you have to analyze yourself every day that you are taking a session with me. Hussam, don't tell me or, Hussam. Don't tell me or, please. I got the answer from Rahaf. Okay, Hussam. I'm waiting for. No, I think everyone is done. Okay. Unfortunately, this question has one, two, three mistakes. Kindly, whenever you have a mistake, because we're still in the scientific, you have to have a good indicator that there is a problem with you in this kind of sub skill. Let's go to number two. In number two, he said what? Again, finding. وحش الكورس ده. غير الكورس ده بالكورس ده. Finding if true would most strongly support the underlying claim. So I need only something that support the underlying claim. Something that support the underlying claim. Okay, let's find which one will support the underlying claim. He said here, can we take from the beginning of the sentence? Wallahi, I'd like to take only the underline. But sometimes it's better to read the whole sentence. But let's read the underline. He said what? Biofeedback therapy. Biofeedback therapy increases treatment satisfaction. So I need to support that. That the biofeedback therapy increase treatment satisfaction. But again, teacher, I didn't know what does it mean by biofeedback. So let's read up to know what does it mean. Biofeedback therapy is a technique that allows people to actively monitor certain physiological processes in order to improve health and well-being. It has shown benefits for insomnia and long-term pain management, the people that they have cancer and have these things, among other medical complaints. For instance, by monitoring one's heart rate and breathing during stressful activity, a biofeedback patient can learn to control their body's natural stress response and remain more calm and comfortable. Proponents also claim that by helping patients feel more in control of their symptoms, biofeedback therapy increased treatment satisfaction. Okay, so biofeedback patients rate the quality of their health care more highly than patients of equally effective therapies do. Yes, this will support. Why? Because the biofeedback will increase treatment satisfaction. They are more satisfied than other therapy. So it can be clinics that employ biofeedback therapy are among the clinics with the most registered patient. I'm not talking about more or less. I'm talking about that the biofeedback therapy will increase satisfaction, and this finds satisfaction. Patients tend to find biofeedback therapy more effective for insomnia than for long-term pain management. No, this is an example. This is an example of a disease, but it's gonna be for all. Biofeedback therapy is gonna be satisfied for all, even for pain management. Doctors Doctors tend to prescribe biofeedback therapy alongside other treatments such as prescription medication. I'm sorry, I didn't I didn't talk about other treatments. I'm talking only about feedback that it will increase satisfaction. So the answer is A. Shihawi clear?
Clear.
Aisha clear?
Yeah, Mr. Clear, I saw healthcare as headache. That's why I canceled it.
Okay. Rahaf clear?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay. Nada, you can hear us, Nada, right now, yes?
Yes, يا مستر.
Okay. Because Najib told me that he can't enter.
I know شو اسمه when I left the Wi-Fi was gone بس Najib was still in the he had Wi-Fi. I don't know how.
Okay.
But the Wi-Fi keeps coming and then it goes away.
Okay. If he can sit with you, it's gonna be better. Number 3. Go on. Number 3, literary. Now we finished the scientific, we go to the literary. We go to the literary. I got the answer from Aish. From El Walid. From Yusuf Suwailam. From Rahaf Muhammad. From Salma. Waiting for the rest. This is literary. This is literary evidence. From Shihawi. From Oday. Waiting for the rest. He want to support the claim. He want to support the claim. From يوسف عساكر. مش بقول لك استاذ انت يا يوسف. حصل لك ايه في الامتحان يا عم؟
محتاج تقراها كلها دي على فكرة.
هم؟
محتاج تقراها دي كلها.
تقراها كلها؟
مم.
ممكن.
ما كنتش فاهم يعني لما تحتار ما بين اتنين بترجع تقرا.
اكيد طبعا. waiting for المزيان. حسام. ندى. and رهف. عاوزين نتكلم مع بعض في حاجات كده. from رهف. From Hussam. Waiting Mizian, waiting Nada, waiting Najib. Question number 3. Mizian, Nada, Najib. Question number 3. I want to support the claim. I got it from Mizian. Okay, Nada and Najib still. I want to support the claim. The claim, you're gonna find it on the 3rd line from the last. I think one of them went, or both of them. Both of them. It's a problem with them, actually. Okay. Let's go to the answer for this one. For the people that the answer, I have only one that is wrong. One that is wrong. Let's find what you want here. Missing.
Yes.
You sold it, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, he said which quotation? So this literally from an article about Coleman. Coleman actually was a famous pilot. Would most directly support the aviation research claim. Okay, wait. I want the word claim. Claim is here. So he said an aviation researchers has claimed that Coleman intentionally نركز على intentionally يعني محضرة النية intentionally defied social norms. Defied was against of that time. How? By how she chose to present herself to the public. So how she defied social norms? By choosing how to present herself to the public. So she was against the social norms on that time. Do we need to read more? I think, because there are some terminology that I don't know about the time. Maybe some people don't know about Coleman. Maybe people don't like to read. This I'm talking about. So reads up. In addition to her technical skill and daring feats. يعني ست مفترية. American stunt pilot Bessie Coleman was also known for dazzling the crowds that came to watch her air shows in the 1920s. بتخليهم dazzles يعني بيغيبوا عن الوعي. With her exorbitant personality. During her career, she was careful and purposeful about how she crafted her public persona. Huh? So now she was against anybody. She was against the social norms. Let's find A. While Coleman was beloved by spectators for her charisma, she had a more complicated relationship with her managers and staff, who at times found her behavior too impulsive and demanding. Wait, I didn't talk about her behavior with the others. I'm talking about that she defied social norms. She defied social norms. Anything that relate to social. Her way of talking, her way of wearing the costume. Coleman once considered leaving her career as a stunt pilot to focus her efforts on giving speeches, which she felt would better support her public image. Again, this will not defy social norms. If you're going to be a good speaker, this will not defy the social norms. Let's find 3. For her air shows, Coleman frequently used the Curtiss GN4, there's a kind of airplane, or Jenny, which at that time was one of the most well-known types of planes. Again, nothing here shows that she defied social norms. She was against. Although female pilots were typically expected to wear traditional but impractical attire that included dresses or skirts, photographs of Coleman show her wearing pants and leather jackets. Yes, so now she defied social norms. She doesn't move on tradition. She was against tradition to present herself to the public. So the answer is D. Rahaf, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to number 3. Number 4, I'm sorry. Number 4, we return again to the scientific. We return again to the scientific. He wants to support Cardenas and Lamb's conclusion. Search for the verb conclude. And if you find that you don't understand it, you can read from the beginning, but you want to support the conclusion. I got the answer from Yusuf Swelam and from Oday. الأخبار. I got it from Al-Walid. From Aisha. From Salma. From Rahaf Muhammad. Waiting for the rest to write their answer on the chat box. I want to support the conclusion. Coming. نسيت ده احنا اخدنا في اول سؤال لما قال لك sediments influx from high concentration to lower concentration. كلمات يا شباب مهمة. waiting for شهاوي مزيان حسام ندى نجيب رهف and يوسف عساكر. I got it from يوسف عساكر. I got it from المزيان. From رهف. From حسام. From شهاوي. Nada and Najib, I didn't receive your answers. Are you still with us? Yes. Waiting for you to write the answer, please, on the chat box. If you don't know how to write, just write next to mini chat. There is new chat. Press on new chat. I wrote for you Nada a message. Just to know how to send the answer. Also, Najib, I'm gonna write for you a message. I think Najib left. And I think Nada left also, or still. No, Nada with us. Nada, can you hear me? I think the internet is not good at that with them. Nada, she left again. Okay. So let's go to the answer for number 4. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. They got it wrong. More people. So like that, some people, they have a problem in the scientific evidence. He said what? Which finding about the person, if true, which finding about the person, if true, would most directly support, so he want to support what? Cardinus and Lamb's conclusion. So let's search for the word concluded here. He said Cardinus and Lamb concluded that the wet and warm scenario is likely correct. What kind of scenario you're telling about? What kind of scenario that you're talking about? So because of that, I have to read up. Nada, are you still here? No, she's not here. Okay. She entered again. So I need something to support this, but I don't know what kind of scenario that they're talking about. So because of that, I have to read up. Although it's clear that Mars once had liquid water at its surface, astronomers have debated. There is a big argumentative issue whether the evidence of ancient water reflects a prolonged phase of warm, wet condition. This is what we need to support. Warm, wet condition. The so-called wet and warm scenario, or a brief period of melting in an otherwise consistently frozen environment. This is the wet and warm scenario, is a brief period of melting in an otherwise consistently frozen environment. Researchers Benjamin T. Cradens and Michelle B. Lamb recently added to this debate by using data from NASA and the Mars Orbital Laser Altimeter to map the topography of what is now a large basin in Mars' northern hemisphere. What I want to prove or to support this scenario that it's a brief period of melting in an otherwise consistently frozen environment. Its physical characteristics are most consistent with it having formed as a result of massive but short-lived influx of liquid water, coming of liquid water. No. I need something actually that a brief period of melting in an consistently frozen environment. Not coming of water. It's melting of water. It's surrounded by channels that could have been formed either by running water or by flowing lava. No, even. It will not support. It has features suggesting that it once held an ocean that underwent gradual sea level change over an extended time. This can be a kind of a brief period of melting in consistently frozen environment. So this ocean actually is frozen and there is only a brief of melting. It can be. Its dimension and shape indicate that it's unlikely to have formed as a result of an asteroid or comet impact. It's not related. So the answer is C. Clear, Shihawi? ما هو ocean ice ocean frozen ocean حصل له melting.
لا قلت اوشن سبيس.
لا ما هو السبيس دوت ممكن يبقى فيه اوشن، ممكن فيه محيط، بس هنا حصل له ايه؟ فروزن. انت شايفه كانه عن طريق طبعا السبيس تلسكوب ان هو ارض، لكن هو فروزن اوشن حصل له ميلتنج، underwent melting. بس عشان كده هو بيقول ايه؟ an ocean that underwent gradual sea level change. طب ازاي يتحول لسي ليفل تشينج؟ ازاي الاوشن يتحول لسي ليفل تشينج؟ ان حبه منه بس حصل له ايه؟ melting. لا melting. الاوشن كبير خلاص،
اصلا فروزن بعد كده
فروزن، فشويه منه حصل له ميلتنج، فبقى شويه منه ايه؟ بقى بحر. تمام. شهاوي كلير. عائشه.
clear.
رهف.
clear.
يوسف عساكر. شباب كده شهاوي you have a problem in the scientific. انا بس بص على التحليل اللي عندي. رهف برضو you still have problem in scientific. Let's go to number 5. Scientific again. I got the answer from Oday. He want to support the hypothesis. So search for hypothesize. I got the answer from Rahab Muhammad. I got the answer from Salma. Salma change. Nada, you are here? Nada, if you can hear me, just open your mic. I got the answer from
Yes.
you. Okay. You can just press on new chat, Nada. If you press on new chat, you can send for me a message. I got the answer from Yusuf Asakir.
Okay.
I got the answer from Al Walid. I got the answer from Shihawi. From Yusuf Swalam. Waiting for the rest. From Aisha. From Al Mizyan. I'm waiting for Husam, Nada, Rahaf. I got it from Rahaf. Still Husam and Nada. If Nada can hear me and she can send. I'm recording the session, Nada, even I'm gonna send it. And I record the last session also. From Husam. I'm still waiting for Nada. I'm gonna send for you a message, Nada, also just to know where you're gonna write your answer. I sent for you a message, Nada. Okay, and from Nada. This long time, Nada. Change you, Nada. Change you. Okay. For question number 5, how many people that they got mistakes? I have 1, 2. 2 people. Let's find number 5. وانا قاعد اقول 100 100 والدنيا ومش عارف ايه. So, which finding, if true, would most directly support the researcher hypothesis? Let's search for the word hypothesize. Let's search for the word hypothesize. As you can find here, and I mark it, hypothesize is here. So let's read. He said researchers hypothesize that baby talk, take care that I want to support this, that baby talk is not adopted to the age of a given listener, is not adopted to the age of a given listener, like I am and my baby. So baby talk will not adapt it to my age, but instead tend to be used when addressing any listener that is non-verbal. طب who is the listener for non-verbal? Animals are listeners that they are non-verbal because they can't talk. They can't talk. Okay? So the non-verbal listeners or anybody that can talk. Anybody that can talk. The people that they can't talk. Okay. So do we need to read more? No. People tend to raise their pitch and slow their tempo when speaking to adult humans who are non-verbal. Yes. Yes. When you are speaking to someone that he couldn't speak, you start to make what? You start using your body gestures and facial expression and you start to raise your voice. You imagine that he can hear you. Raise your voice, but you slow your tempo. Yeah, it can be. People tend to speak to other verbal others. No, I don't need verbal. I don't need verbal. He said babies relate to the listener that is non-verbal. With a lower pitch and faster tempo? No. Non-verbal adults tend to show less reactivity to baby talk than infants and children. We're not talking about that. We're talking about that it look like addressing any listener that is non-verbal. Not non-verbal address babies. People tend to view their pet as Jonover regard. Okay, yes, the first part is right. Regardless of the pet actual age, but we don't talk about the age here in this thing. So the answer is A. Clear, Nada? Nada is not here. D? لا ما regardless of the pet's actual age I didn't talk about the age. فين الايج هنا؟ فين البيت's age هنا؟
ما عشان كده قالك regardless من الاكشن ايه يعني
ما
as
why you
age.
put it why you put it الكلام ده لو انا كنت منشن age وانا بقول لك لا مش هي اللي موجوده معانا.
قال في اول answer قال adult humans.
طيب ما هم adult human who are non-verbal لان لو قال لك humans بس تفتكر ان هو babies والبيبيز non-verbal. هو البيبيز تعرف تكلمهم مع يوسف؟ فهم البيبيز اصلا non-verbal. اما بتيجي تتكلم ان شاء الله اما ربنا يكرمك كده ببيبي اما تيجي تتكلم هتلاقي نفسك بتعلي صوتك وتخليه تيمبو. يعني مثلا امشي كويس عاوز تفهمه يعني المعنى بالفيربس اللي هو بيقول. فهو بيقول لك هنا ان بيبي توك زي ما تكون بتعمل ادريسنج لليسنر ده از نون فيربال. كلير يوسف؟ اوكي. Let's go to number 6. And number 6 is literary. What you want from here? He want to support of the claim. And he mentioned the claim. What's the claim actually in the question? Because this is one of the hardest. Because maybe you're not going to find the claim. So maybe it's going to be the whole sentence. I got the answer from Al-Walid. I got the answer from Oday. I got the answer from Shihawi. I got the answer from Yusuf Suwailam. I got the answer from Aisha. I got it from Salma. I got it from Rahaf Muhammad. From Rahaf. We're waiting for Mizian, Hussam, and Yusuf Asakir. I got it from Yusuf Asakir. غش ولا ايه؟ I got it from Mizian. Waiting for Hussam. I got it from Hussam. يعني ما شاء الله, this question all of you got it right. All of you got it right. مع انه level 3 وصعب. وهنقرا الباسج كلها. مش عارف انتوا بقى ايه.
لا في كليم. في كليم.
في كليم؟ يا راجل.
The creator claimed that some
مش شايفها.
sentences.
موجودة اهي. طيب بيقول which quotation from a work by a dance historian would be most effective evidence for the creator to include in support of this claim. So the word claim is here, as Yusuf said. He said the creator claimed that some of the pieces die created shortly after arriving in mainland China in 1941, such as the solo dance, Yo drum, reflect a desire to represent the dances of local community Devi visited during her travel through China. So again, he said the creator, we need to support that. The creator claimed that some of the pieces die created shortly after arriving in mainland, but I don't know what the pieces that he creates, so I need to read up. He said a museum curator is writing a biographical statement about Churendinian born Chinese dancer, choreographer, and teacher Dai Ilian for a new exhibit on Chinese dance. Okay, so now we know that he created dances, pieces of dances. So the creator claimed that some of the pieces Dai created shortly after arriving in mainland China in 1941, such as the solo dance Yo drum, reflect a desire to represent the dances of local community, local communities Dai visited during her travel through China. So unlike of the works Dai created in the early 1940, okay, because this is 1941, Yao Drum does not feature a narrative structure, humorous elements, or reference to real life events. No, you need local community, so it's real life. So it's not. There is no sound or music accompanying Dai's movement in Yao Drum, okay, aside from the sounds of drumsticks beating against the drum and against each other. But here, where the dances that represent the local community to support it, it's not related. Yao drum, okay, was inspired by a ceremonial dance Dai witnessed, saw it, during her time performing field research among the Yao people, local community, in the province of Gizao in 1941. Yes, 1941 or 1942. Right, this will support it because this actually represent dances of local community. Yao drum is notable for its intense physicality, with Dai performing sharp jumps, swift turns, and dramatic sweeps of her legs through the air as she moves in circles on the stage. Okay, here he just show us the dance. But where is the part that showed that it came from local community? Nothing. So the answer is C. The last question. Number 7, literary again. But this is one of the easiest. I got the answer from Oday. From Selma. From Rahaf Muhammad. From Aisha. From Yusuf Suwailam. Waiting for Shahawi, Mizyan, Al-Walid. Okay. I got it from Al-Walid. From Yusuf Asakir. From Shihawi. Waiting for Mizyan, Husam, Rahaf. From Husam. From Al-Mizyan. Waiting for Rahaf. Okay. From Rahaf. Unfortunately, this question, we have many people that they got it wrong. Why? Let's find together. Is it hard or a kind of unconcentration? انت بعد ما خلصت يا مزي ماشي يا مزي ماشي مع ان انا كنت قلبت خلاص. Okay. Mizin changes answer. Let's find here what he want. I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people got it wrong. He said here that I want this quotation, so literally, he want from Barchester Towers, most effective. Let's read the claim. Where is the claim here? Nothing. So forget about the introduction. He said in the novel, Trollope's portrayal of Dr. Proudie underscores means make it important, the character's exaggerated sense of his ability. So I need a character talking about his ability or about the character's ability, but in a kind of exaggeration. I have Toyota, so I'm going to say I have Lamborghini. There's a kind of exaggeration. I saw a mouse, then I start running and I start telling my friends that I fought against a lion. Exaggeration. So let's find. It must not be taken as proved that Dr. Browdy was a man of great mental powers. It's not, take care. He said it must not be taken. It must be not taken. Or even of much capacity for business, for such quality had not been required in him. But there is a kind of exaggeration, but he doesn't talk about his ability that he can do. He said it mustn't be taken as proved. It mustn't. No. B. Dr. Proude's residence in the metropolis, rendered necessary by duties thus entrusted to him, his high connections and the peculiar talents and nature of the man recommended him to persons in power. Yeah, there's a kind of showing his ability, but it's not exaggerating. He's not exaggerating. C. Dr. Browdy was certainly possessed of sufficient tact to answer the purpose for what he was required without making himself troublesome. Again, it's not mentioned anything related to exaggeration. Let's look at D. Dr. Browdy was comparatively young and had, as he fondly flattered himself, يعني الراجل بيمدح نفسه على طول, been selected as possessing such gifts. ده انا الراجل الموهوب, انا الراجل اللي عندي كل الجيفتس بتاعت الدنيا دي كلها. هو اللي بيقول لنفسه كده. flattering himself. exaggeration. natural and acquired. في منهم بعض الجيفتس دي natural and other acquired, as must be sure to recommend him to a yet higher notice. So he recommended himself even to a higher position. This is a kind of exaggeration for himself and his ability. So the best answer is D. Clear, Shihawi? Aisha?
Yes, Mr. Clear.
Rahaf?
Clear.
And Yusuf said clear. Don't, B is right, but he doesn't show any kind of exaggeration. الراجل ما عادش يمدح نفسه ويبين نفسه اللي هو الايه؟ الكونت اوف مونت كريستو. Okay, I'm gonna send for you the answer key for this one. Don't forget that next time a new test. Next time a new test. So be ready. We don't have homework. I'm just giving you a kind of relaxation until the beginning of June. A new homework, I'm sorry, a new test is gonna be next time. Don't forget that we have 100 words. The people that they didn't send or didn't read the story is gonna be a problem, because next time before the test, I'm gonna ask them certain question with MCQ, answers to choose about the story, and I'm gonna write the mark. Your mark that you are taking, whether as a classwork or homework or test, is gonna be considered in your average. And I think Rahaf Muhammad knows that her mark before the test, it was good. Then after she didn't submit the homework, her marks start to be dropped. Take care. Goodbye.
Mr. I sent you the story.
Okay, I'm talking about next the people that they didn't send there.
Also, I will get asked also in the next period, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, nice.
Mr. ممكن